Come here, Vern. Come here. He's a little bit scared of the camera, but this video is geared towards the log arch. I did not video any arching of logs out because I didn't figure it was necessary, but a lot of guys, I guess, have their own theories about my design and what it's capable of. So I'm getting a tape measure here. Let's spin this around. Keep this in mind. My four-wheeler, it's a Polaris 800. That sucker's roughly 49 inches wide. Okay, some say the arch is too wide for my four-wheeler. Not. It is not. Come on, Axe. You got shooting your bow today? Okay, we're gonna walk over to the arch. Vern, you excited? Okay, here we go. Now here's a few things. Let me just get this good on this little pole. In the original video of me making it, I did not have this extra beam on the main support beam. I was arching a log out through the woods back here. The guy that owns it was nice enough to let me get some dead wood, and this thing really came in handy. Anyway, I was going around a turn and caught a tire on a small tree and put a kink in this thing, which I kind of straightened it out. You can't really tell now, but I beefed it up. I added that, and I added this. I can move it from here up to here depending on the size of the logs. And originally I had this arch piece up here, which meaning I'd have to crank the log up higher to get it to lift in the back. So I made a movable one, and it just works a lot better. As far as the winch, I guess I could do a video on it. I burnt that sucker up. I smoked it, but it earned its way last logging season. I'm going to do an electric four-wheeler winch. I don't know, maybe get one at Harbor Freight. Now, hey, Axe. Hey. Let me see that.
Mine.
Give me it. Okay, now let's go over here. Here, buddy, hold that right there on that tire. Right there. Hold it on the edge of the tire. This thing's about 5 foot wide. It's not that big of a difference. I was taking it down these tight four-wheeler trails that I made to get these uprooted trees in the back last year. The thing works absolutely perfect.
Show me, Daddy.
I just built it just on the fly.
Show them me.
You ready to do some logging, buddy? Now that we have a little bit of that taken care of, which I will show you this summer if I have a spot to go and arch out logs, I will show it working. But I was too busy. I did not have any of this stash last spring because I split everything. I mean, it's pretty tall. Look, I'm about 5'11". I got it stacked up over my head. I cut up all these logs. I arched out like some of these, some of them. Now look at that, 14 inches across. I pulled some of these out at the longest that I measured was like 28 feet to 30 foot long. I mean, it's just craziness. Yeah, you like climbing on them log piles, don't you, Axe? Don't fall off of there. Okay, now let's go over here. Like some of these. This is a short one. I arched it out. You just got to find the balance point. That's 41 inches. by 2 foot across. That's a heavy, short piece of wood. And there's like all them, that whole bottom row, I backed the four-wheeler in there with the arch and set them all like that, which is freaking handy. And then these, I would lift them up. I put them up there as my tractor. But like some of them, though, that one's about 8 foot long, which them are heavy, but I'm just going to show you the really big ones. I mean, I was trying to put the arch to the test here. Here's a nice long one. Look at this.
Uh-oh. That one's
23 inches across. Big old white oak piece of wood here.
wow.
Look at that. There's an 8-footer. Now tell me that is not heavy. And I did not have to cut it up and mess with it in firewood sized pieces. Here's another big old piece the arch took care of. That arch is great, ain't it, buddy? Look at that one. That's a 28.5-inch wide piece of oak. And that one is 6 foot long. That sucker is heavy. Now here's some of the really big stuff. Look at that sucker. Big old dead piece of oak. This is the bottom where I was whacking on it because it was so giant. 39 inches across. Okay. Look at that. Let's hook this sucker up. That's a 6 foot long piece. Dude, that's a lot of weight. I don't even care what anybody says about that. That little old orange arch I built is worth it. If you guys have them or want to make your own, I suggest doing it because it saved a lot of time, and I was able to arch all this wood up here, and I would just make piles out here in the yard, and I would cut it up into chunks, and I would start splitting it. Here, let's walk over here. And the smaller stuff, like I'd make piles out in the woods, and I would crib it up so I get my winch cable under it. All these little pieces make huge piles, and it would fit underneath that log arch. All these, and I would lift up huge bundles of wood, saving so much time. Here, you know what? Let's climb up this wood pile. Then you can get a good view of it. See, like here's a bunch of stacks. All this was 6 to 28 foot long pieces of wood. I just stacked all it up for ease. And here's a bunch of big chunks that I got across the road, but I got them with my tractor. A lot of big wood. If you guys got the spot to do it, I suggest building an arch, dude. That's out of 2x2 square tube. And you don't really need plans. I guess the easiest way would be for me to give you plans, but I don't have anything written down. You could draw the thing out with chalk on your garage floor. Just lay it all out. Just build one of your own. You can make any design you want, and they're perfectly balanced. This thing puts no weight on the four-wheeler whatsoever. I can come over here and pick this sucker up easy. I don't know what else to say about it. It picks up huge wood, dudes. Although I did smoke the winch. I could probably take it apart and weld it up. Whatever kind of clutch it has in it, it's slipping. I don't know. It was an eBay buy, but whatever. It earned its way though. Anyway, that'll do it for this. I guess the next log arching video I have, I'm gonna put the winch on it, and my brother has some logging to do. And we're gonna arch some wood out, and we'll show you that thing in action. But hey, I loaded this whole place up with that arch last year in 1 month after work. I know, Axe.
Yeah.
Hey, you show them your new caribou target you got for Christmas?
Yeah.
Do you like them? You got a caribou, and Sissy got her a fish, and I guess I just helped shoot them. See ya.